Welcome to Spiritual Fitness Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Bigger. We back again. Another episode. Open up that third eye because I have a great conversation that I want you to tap into, listen to, feel through. And I want to know your thoughts, your opinions, your suggestions when you listen. So today's episode is about spiritual intimacy to build physical intimacy with life and love. Before we get started, shouts out to Simplify Impact, who's all over my social media, YouTube, and everything from my podcast, who helped me set up my back end, front end, and have me visible as everyone in the world can be. You have a podcast and you have a social platform. Shouts out to Simplify Impact. Check them out. Link will be in the description and notes. Also, it's miracle season. Get your miracle season merch at itsmiracleseason.co. 50% off, all caps, M season to get 50% off. And last but not least, please sign up for one-on-one coaching. I have free intentional calls. Click the link. I have 3 months and 6 months of coaching where I take you through such a transformational process for your mind, for your body, for your soul, for your life, to see who you really are through the power and answers you have within. So sign up. All information is in the show notes. And by the way, to anybody who want a free miracle mindset guide, DM me on Instagram at Eric Bigger, the word miracle, and I'll send you a free miracle mindset guide. Gotta have that mind. Mindset is everything. I believe our last episode, the one before that one was growth mindset. But anyway, let's talk about spiritual intimacy to build physical intimacy with life and love. What do I mean by that? So, life and love is spiritual, is intimate, right? And I think what happens in life, we're so distracted from the physical environment that we're in that takes us away from the spiritual intimacy that we need to create within. You know, you have things that distract us like pleasure, lust, poor food choices, lack of rest, social media, gossiping, all these conversations and circumstances that don't embody the highest, best truth for us. So earlier today, I was sitting in my apartment and I was thinking, I was like, man, intimacy is important, man, in all of life. And I believe in my life, I've ran from intimacy, especially with myself. I've always found ways to keep busy, to stay disciplined, to stay focused. You know, that person who's just always locked in, he's always on it. They're always just ahead of the curve, which is great, but there's a shadow side to that. And then my evolution of my spiritual side and just life, I realized like I got to be more intimate with myself. And what I mean by that is that all of us can relate in a space where we see ourselves talking. It's like, I don't like my voice. I don't like the way I look. I don't like, take that photo down. Don't take a photo of me. I ain't got an outfit, whatever. Like, it's like we're so invested in perfectionism of life, and it's not even real, right? And for 30 some years, I lived in that energy. I was actually doing an episode with a friend of mine. Shouts out to Detroit King Tate. He also has a book out called The Hustle Code. Go get that. He has his pre-orders available now. But we're trying to find a location to shoot the conversation, to create the content. And, you know, I was like, man, I don't care where we shoot it at. I don't want nothing to be perfect because anything perfect, nothing is perfect for one. And it's not real, right? So living in that paradigm for so long, it has to look this way. I have to be this way. I have to have a haircut. I have to be this prestige, perfect person. For what reason? It's because I'm hiding from the intimate parts of my nature, my pain, my sadness, the reality of who I am versus who I think I should be based on stereotypes I created within because of fear, because of lack and limitations. So it brought me today to think in order to get the physical intimacy out of life and love, you got to become spiritually intimate with yourself. You have to tap into your spiritual self, right? Your spiritual nature, your spiritual essence of who you really are, not who you think you should be so the world can like, share, gossip about you for fame, for fortune, for attention, for validation. That's not real because if you're not bringing your real self to the surface, anything you get from that will die off because guess what? You got to continue to live out that program and that paradigm, which I did for years. And I'm no longer in that frequency of perfectionism. It has to look this way. It has to be this way. I'm coming as I am because I love myself. I believe in myself. I know myself. So even if I make a mistake, that's part of life. That's part of living. One of my Instagram captions, I think I was in Peru. I was talking about Peru. I forgot what the title was, but I remember the phrase I said is, I'm not healing to live. I'm living to heal. So instead of trying to heal to live, you need to live to heal. And I got that download from being spiritually intimate with my higher self, with my true self. Eric, bigger. Matter of fact, the kid that grew up in Baltimore, not this social media or influencer or reality person. That's something I created based on what I thought. But this is who I am in the flesh. And this is why on Spiritual Fitness Podcast, we tap into the spirit of your fitness, right? And so today, I got 5 ways on how to build spiritual intimacy to develop physical intimacy with life and love. And I'm going to name them. So, I always say less is more. Stillness speaks. Peace be still. Silence is power. So I'm gonna say the 5, and then I'm gonna break them down. So the first way to build spiritual intimacy is silence, right? Silence. A lot of us are afraid of silence. Even myself, I always want to have a meditation on or a podcast or music. So, over the years, especially these last 2 years, I've been finding days and ways to just sit in silence for an hour, 30 minutes, 10 minutes, right? Silence. I'm talking about just sit there in the dark, just sit, right? To meditation. I always say meditation is God speaking to you, and prayer is you talking to God. So meditation is how you get the downloads from your spirit so you can become intimate with the ideas and the inspiration that you get when you're meditating in a meditative space, right? 3, walking. Some of us take walking for granted. A lot of us walk, but we don't have intentions behind our walk. So walking with intention. I'll call them high vibrational walk or intention walking, right? 4, physical fitness. Motion changes emotion. Movement is medicine. All those phrases, I'm going to say it and say it until it clicks, until you attach to the idea of what it really means for the energy to become embedded in your soul, and it makes sense for your psyche, your mind, your life. Last but not least, intentional showers. Intentional shower. Look, that was one that just came to me. Like intentional showers. Because in the shower, I get my most purest, clearest thoughts. I get breakthroughs. I get ideas. And I think the water is an example of clearing and cleansing, right? Our energy, but also opening up that third eye, opening up our vessel, our heart space, our mind to get new thoughts, new ideas, new synchronicities, new thought action that's inspirational, that's in alignment with our soul's purpose. Why is it important, right? To have, like I said, I explained earlier, spiritual intimacy is what life is, right? In love. Life and love is spiritual and intimate, right? So if we're not tapped into our spiritual intimacy, how can we get the physical part of the love and life that we yearn for? So everything comes within, right? Everything comes within. Everything. Thoughts become things, right? So whatever you're feeling is coming from an inside based on what you might think first and then see second. So I believe if you do these 5 things of a course of, I would say, consistently for 2 months, I promise you your life will change. So let's go to number 1, how to build silence. How to build silence for spiritual intimacy. Every day, write this down. I'm gonna make this very quick, concise, and to the point. Every day, at least 5 days a week, just commit. I want you to sit in silence for 10 minutes. Put your phone, sit for 10 minutes. Just sit in silence. Go in the garden or go in nature, just sit there for 10 minutes, right? Just do it every day. And if you can't get a garden or you just sit in silence for 10 minutes, it don't take 10 minutes, just sit. And when you do that, I want you to don't think about, because I want you not to think. But after those 10 minutes, I want you to process and write, how do you feel, right? Good, bad, or indifferent. I don't want you to always feel perfect. That's not real. Whatever you're feeling, I want you to write it down, right? So for 10 minutes every day, next 2 months, come on, summertime, 10 minutes of silence to yourself. Don't be around anyone. See that? See the silence? See that silence? I let come through, and then reveal to yourself what comes up. You might get new ideas. You might get a new thought to change something in your relationship, your life, love. So sit for 10 minutes every day for 2 months, and I want you to jot down what comes up. And if you can't do it for 2 months, do it for 2 weeks. Come on now, you got. Try a week. I want you to try this. Give it a week, at least a week, at least a week. The goal is 2 months, at least a week, every day, 10 minutes, right? After the 10 minutes, think about, write about what came up for you, good or bad. We don't want to be perfect. And once you continuously do that, you're going to empower your meditation, right? Because everything is a kind of precursor to the next thing or prerequisite, right? So boom, now we go into meditation every day, for at least a week. I want 2 months. I want you to meditate. Go to YouTube, put on healing frequency or high vibration. I want to put your energy in a high vibration. I want you to heal, reveal, whatever it is, but put on healing frequencies, maybe like 432 megahertz, right? 5 minutes. That's it. Actually, 5 minutes, right? 5 minutes of meditation, and let what come through, and just take deep breaths. If you got to focus on one word like love, life, abundance, constantly say it silently to yourself, right? Meditate 5 minutes every day. Give me 7 days now. No, you got 7 days. Come on, 7 days. Come on. All right. 3. Walk. You can walk for 10 minutes. Look, summertime. You can walk for 10 minutes. Walk for 10 minutes. High vibrational walk. Get in a good space and just walk. 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 It's that simple, right? 4. Physical fitness. Can you at least move your body for at least 30 minutes? Out of the 7 days, can you move your body for 3 days, 30 minutes? Out of 2 months, can you work out 3 days a week for 2 months? Please, 30 minutes. That's all I'm asking. This information is channeled through me for you. I want you to benefit, to build spiritual intimacy for yourself. It's very important. And last but not least, intentional showers. Like, this is the fun part, right? Because look, we all take showers. We bathe up, we go to work, we go out on dates, but some of us don't really think about the shower the way I would think. So before you get in the shower, the idea is, or the intention is, how do I get closer to my spirit where I can hear it? That could be one thought, right? Because maybe some of us are disconnected from our spirit, our heart space, right? That God consciousness that we all have within. That can be one intention. How do I spirit bring me closer to my higher self so I can hear what I need to hear? Or whatever you want to think about in the shower. What is the name of my podcast? Or how do I 10x my money this month? Like anything like that, anything that's relatable to where you are in life, I want you to think about it. You can write it down, you can pray about it before you get in the shower. And say, this shower is intentionally for me to increase my awareness around when I'm triggered. Boom, that's an example. You get in the shower and you let spirit talk to you, right? But you got to trust yourself, right? It might sound like some of us might not be connected to our spirit where it makes, I'm just saying, try it out. I'm very connected to my spirit. Very, very, very. Like this idea for this podcast came to me. Again, silence, 10 minutes. Meditation, 5 minutes. Walk, 10 minutes. Physical fitness, 30 minutes. Intentional shower. Those 5 things, people. 5 things. Commit to it. I want 2 months out of you. Please, can you give yourself 2 months? This is for you, for the benefit of the people that you serve every day. And if you can't do 2 months, do 7 days. 7 days, I'm asking you to be very in tune to the spiritual, intimate part of yourself. Because guess what? You're going to grow mentally. You're going to grow emotionally. You're going to grow physically. Your money is going to increase. The love you have for yourself is going to increase. The most important thing why I want you to do this, your awareness for life and yourself is going to increase. You're going to be more aware of what bothers you, what triggers you. You're going to be more aware of your insecurities and your fears. You're going to be more aware of where your power and your faith resides. You're going to be aware of what life and love means to you. And I think what happens is the more we integrate the spiritual life that we deserve, the more we can manifest the physical life we know we should have. But it's the opposite in today's society, in today's world. We're always given to the physical, always to the flesh. We're on social media, we're on our phones, right? Our phone, we're in a relationship with our phone. We got a better relationship with our phone than we do our spirit. We have a better relationship with social media than we do our partner or our friends. That has to stop. And this is why spiritual intimacy is so important for the physical intimacy that you want in life and love. Now, when I say life and love, physical intimacy, what does that mean? From my perspective, physical intimacy with life and love mean the life of abundance, the life of your dreams, the life that fulfills your purpose in this earth, in this time, right? It's not about everything has to be perfect, but you deserve to feel good and live your best life if you're willing to do the work. Also, we all want to be in a relationship of some sort. All of us want love because love is beautiful, love heals all. But most of us are not in a relationship with ourselves. So the spiritual intimacy is going to unlock the relationship you need to have with yourself, to have that relationship you need to have with life and a loved one or potential partner or a partner that you might be with. We're so disconnected from ourselves, but yet we get upset when our partner's not connected to us or life is not connected to us because we're so disconnected from ourselves. Now, some of this is by design. Mass media, propaganda, the books they're given in schools, the education system. We got to think outside the box. We got to think different. We got to do different. We got to be different. If we all follow what everyone is doing, how can anyone stand out? How can you get the love of your life? How can you manifest the money and be financially free? How can you live the life of your dreams if you're doing what everybody's doing? You have to be different. You have to stand out so you can be outstanding. There's no more standing in. It's time to stand out. You have the power. I want you to step into your power, but I want you to tap into your spiritual power because it's going to heal your soul and heal your life. And you are going to have the most beautiful relationship with life in love because life and love are also, as they are spiritual and intimate, they're also relationships that you need to build your love and time with in your intimacy. But like I said, we're so disconnected. Lust really gets us disconnected from our higher self. Distractions, poor food choices, lack of rest, anything that's going to lower your frequency and lower your vibration and take you out of alignment of your highest best self is disconnecting you from the life and love you want. So, all right, that's just what it is. When I'm centered, when I'm grounded, and I feel good, oh, life is beautiful. Oh, I feel incredible. Before I got on here to record this podcast, don't you know I prayed? I meditated. I was in the shower thinking about this episode. I didn't just get on here and say, hey guys, look at this. I came on here with intentions today to give you 5 ways to unlock spiritual intimacy, to build physical intimacy with life and love because you deserve it. But if we're not aware of our spirit, if we're not aware of who we are, how can we expect us to have the life and love we want? So many of us got to get with the program and say, look, the reality is I'm not connected to myself. I don't even know who I am if I don't get my way. I don't know who I am if things are out of whack because I'm not connected to my spirit. There's an unseen before the seen. Everything that's happening in the material realm was in the spiritual realm before it manifests. But you don't know that, or maybe you do, and you just have been so disconnected. Some of you stop praying, you stop going to the gym, you stop listening to your intuition, you stop listening to that podcast and reading those books because something bad happened, or you had a breakup, or you had to part ways with a partner, or a relationship, or a friend, or family member. When you stay connected spiritually and you're intimate with your spirit every day, not too many things outside of yourself can deter you from the truth of what your spirit wants for life and love in this physical realm. So tap into the spiritual intimacy of yourself by doing those 5 things. Being in silence for 10 minutes, meditating for 5 minutes, working out for 30 minutes. All the things that's going to get you closer to your spiritual self. Walking, intentional showers. Yes, this is a new thing. I might be the first to come up with intentional showers. And then when you're done, put the cold water on your third eye. Expand that consciousness, right? Because we all deserve to evolve and grow in this lifetime. No one should be living in lack and fear. But because we're so disconnected from the spiritual part of our life, lack and fear controls our life. So this spiritual intimacy is going to zap that and get you more into alignment so you can live your best life. So take heed, make a decision because everything's a choice and live your best life and become spiritual intimate with life that's inside of you. So you can have the intimacy outside of you that's in alignment for your best self. So I'm happy to hear your responses, your feedback. Reach out to me on Instagram at Eric Bigger. Follow Spiritual Fitness Pod on Instagram. Increase the followers. Subscribe to the YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube, and just connect. Let's grow. I want to grow. I want to help you grow. I want to help you win. I want to help you evolve. I want to help you love. I want to help you learn. I want to help you earn. I want you to say, Eric, thank you for that episode. Thank you for that conversation. I get it now. I understand me more. I'm standing in my power. I'm making decisions. I'm taking leaps of faith, right? So I always tell people, don't knock it till you try. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you again. Miracle Season. It's miracleseason.co. Get you some merch. 50% off with promo code MSeason, in all caps. Also sign up for one-on-one coaching. I have free intentional calls if that's you. If you want a free miracle mindset guide, DM me Miracle. And by the way, go get you some Miracle Season Moss. Collab with Manifested Dream Moss. Mad Moss is a company out in Silver Spring, Maryland. Need you some sea moss. It's good for your immunity. It's good for your body, for your minerals and vitamins and all the things. I'll attach everything in the show notes. But thanks again for listening. It's amazing. You're amazing. We're amazing together. Spiritual Fitness Pod.